I'd like to tell you a little bit about what's called geographic farming. Geographic farming is just when you reach out to a particular community or neighborhood that you're really interested in working with. It's where you are hoping to get a majority of your business. The concept here is to establish and brand yourself as the community expert and develop relationships with the occupants who, hopefully they'll choose you over your competition to perform the services they need. Neighborhood farming is a fantastic way to generate consistent business for yourself. When picking an area to target, make sure it's a decent price point and it has a lot of turnover each year, a lot of homes to sell. Ideally, you're shooting for 3 neighborhoods of about 1,000 people. Don't worry about it if another realtor is already working that area. There's a lot of stories of new agents coming in, consistently working the area and taking over that market. One thing to be aware of if you're going to implement this strategy, typically it takes 1 to 2 years to see a return on your investment. However, once it's built up and it's consistent, it'll be very profitable for you. Let me give you a couple more specific ideas on how to market to your farm. So one thing you can do are just listed or just sold cards. As you can see here, there's a couple examples of these. Just pick a home that you've just listed or recently sold, list some information about it, and mail it out to the neighborhood that you want to work with. Typically, you want to send these out every month to your market. Even if the sales are not yours, still put them on the card to help keep your market familiar with recent sales and listings. They'll perceive you as the listing agent. Just be sure that you say at the bottom of the card, this listing brought to you by blank broker. On the other side of the card, put statistics on the market in the neighborhood that you are working with. So show what's happened there in the last month or year, and of course put your information on the card. You can see on these postcards there's a little QR code too, which can be another way to separate yourself from competition. So it's a great technological tool. If somebody scans this, it takes them to an electronic version of this just listed card, or it will take them to an MLS sheet or a listing. So it'll show all the details of the home, price, all that information. Another great way to market to your farm is to use directional signs. Once you get your first listing in the neighborhood, get about 15 to 20 directional signs and put them up every Friday afternoon or evening in the neighborhood. Make sure they're all pointing towards your listing. By doing this, it gives the perception that you are dominating the neighborhood just based on the number of signs you have. Do this every weekend and you'll be amazed at how many people begin to see you as the expert in that area. Just a little bit of encouragement around this particular lead source. A couple of coaches from that core training program that I mentioned earlier have done this and they have had awesome results. So one particular gentleman has been working his farm market for a couple of years, but in 2011, he profited after expenses $105,000 from his farm. His total investment was only $8,600. So he's making almost $100,000 just from that particular farm in a year. So hopefully that's an encouragement. Of course, it didn't happen overnight, but with a lot of hard work, you can really establish yourself as an expert in that farm, and you can turn over an immense profit from that.